Hello, my name is George, Blue Door Marketing, and this is our setup kit. Today, I'm going to show you what should be included in your setup kit. You should have received a 6x6 Atlas tent, along with 2 PNG shirts. You should also receive a branded tablecloth, a canopy, a branded canopy, and a skirt. Okay. Within the contents of your 6x6 Atlas tent, there should be an instruction manual included. The pieces that should be included inside of that 6x6 Atlas tent package should be, and you can come over here and I will show you, should be 4 black triangles. So these are your black triangles, okay? 4 straight double-ended poles, right? And you should have 4 of those. You should have 4 skinny to regular size. The one end should be tapered, okay? And you should also receive fiberglass rods. There will be 2 of these fiberglass rods. So here's 1, here's 2. And with all this, there should also be a bag to place the items inside. So I'm going to show you how to begin the setup, and we're going to start off with figure 1 of the setup. Figure 1 of the setup shows that you need to begin by doing a frame. Okay, so the frame is going to consist of 1 double-ended pole and 1 skinny double-ended pole. You're going to take one of these poles, the double-ended pole, and notice that this is a straight pole. It's not tapered on one end. You're going to take the other pole that is tapered, and you're going to interconnect these. Okay, you're going to take the tapered end and you're going to connect it into the double-ended pole. You press down on the button, slowly press it in, and it should interconnect. Now, I'm going to place this first rod down. This is going to be the beginning of my base. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is, with these black triangles, we're going to connect them to the end of these poles. Okay. So we'll start by connecting these black triangles to the end of this long pole here. Once again, you press down, slowly push it in, and it will click. Once it's click, you're ready to move on to the next one. Now, it is important to notice that there's a gridded end, okay, and the gridded end must always face down on the ground. Also, there is one end that happens to be longer, so it's always the gridded end on the floor and the long end facing up, okay? So, this is the first part of my setup. Now, I'm going to repeat this with the rest of these poles here. So I'm going to take all these, and once again, double-ended. You're going to take the tapered end, and you're going to click. So here's 1. 2. 3. Now, we're just going to repeat the same thing we did before. Okay, so now we have our base. This is the frame. Our second step is we're going to move on to figure 2. Okay, and on figure 2, what we're going to do is we're going to take the 4 adjustable curved poles. The 4 adjustable curved poles, they come straight down and they're curved up at the end. All right, these actually move so you can adjust the height, right? So in order to begin this next step, you need to make sure that the pole is down, and then you begin by placing it right at the top of the black triangle, one by one. So slide it in. Sometimes you need a twist so it locks into place, and once you hear that snap, it's locked in. Take the L shape here and make sure it faces inwards. Now we're going to repeat the same step for the other poles. So This is the complete setup for figure 2. Now we're going to move on to figure 3. Figure 3, we're going to use the fiberglass extension rods. And what you need to do is, before we begin with this, it is probably best to put on your skirt first. There's Velcro straps and we just pull them apart. Now make sure that you pull the skirt all the way down to the black triangle, alright? It should overlap on the black triangle. What you may notice right now is that your skirt is kind of hanging down. That's okay, because what we still need to do is we need to raise up these poles, and once we do that, that skirt is going to adjust, okay? So now we're going to go on to the rods. The thing to do is we're going to start by extending this pole one rod at a time, okay? Place it inside the hole on the L shape, and what you need to do is you need to connect one rod at a time. 1, okay, 2, okay. Now that you've set up your rods, now we can put on our canopy. So what we're going to do is this white plastic coating, we're going to take that and we need to make sure that it stays down on that first pole. Now we're going to slowly lift up and you're going to see a hole, right? In that hole, we're going to open up this canopy and you're going to see that there's a hook on the ends. We're going to take the hook and we're going to insert it inside that hole. Then you can put on the Velcro strap. Okay, now once you've completed that, now it's time to adjust the canopy from the inside. Now what you need to do is you need to take these rods and you need to line them up with the stitching on the canopy. So you're going to notice that there's a stitching and it forms an X down the middle. So you need to line it up and there will be 2 strings here. Okay, so we'll pull those strings and make sure that they're crossed. Alright, what you're going to do is you're going to make a slip knot, just like you're tying your shoe. Your canopy is nearly complete. All you need to do is you need to adjust the L-shaped rods and you need to lift up on them until they click. Preferably move it up 2 slots so you can adjust it to. So that's slot number 1, slot number 2, slot number 3. And you want to get this on slot number 2. And we're going to adjust them one at a time. Slot 1, slot 2. This. Now you can adjust your skirt. So, like I stated before, you want to take your skirt and put it over the black triangle. And that's how you set up your demo tent. Be it, you need to make sure that the labels are always facing forward. Preferably, what we like to do is you'll notice that in the center of the 6-foot cloth there's a P&G label, right? So you want to try to put that P&G label right at the center of your table. Your kit's also going to include 2 P&G shirts. You have this blue bag, and this is only for your fiberglass extension rods. You know, the rest of your poles are going inside this duffel bag here. Try to place that P&G symbol right at the center. And you want to push your table as far forward as possible. And that's how your setup should look. What you're going to do is first we're going to put this cloth away, the tablecloth. You're going to grab it right at the center. Okay. 2 fingertips. And it's just like folding a blanket. Very simple. This could be done by yourself or you could do it with your partner. Right. I find it easiest to fold it on the table instead of trying to do it up in the air. I want to bring them down. Okay. So it might get stuck on that first loop. Push it down to the second one. And as a matter of fact, you could get rid of the skirt if it tends to be in the way, since we no longer need to use it. 4 skirts put away now. Now we can finish up on this tent. So make sure that the tent comes all the way. Alright, we're going to begin by getting rid of this knot in the middle. And easily pull it off. There's still any Velcro straps attached. You're going to see the stitching. Line up the stitching down the middle. It's a simple fold. You don't want any accidents. So you need to remove this slowly. And the same way we pulled it apart, you need to put it together. So one rod at a time. Never let go of the rod. Okay. Now that we're done with these rods, we can take them, place them inside this blue bag. Press down on the button, and if you can't pull it out, just twist from side to side. They'll come out. So there's your 4 L-shaped rods. And now we'll just start at one end. And we'll start moving this piece by piece. Total, your 4 L-shaped, your 4 tapered ends, and your 4 double-ended. Now, once we're done with this, we're going to take this duffel bag and potentially ripping. Just a nice little roll. Put it inside, right? Zip this up about halfways. You can push down the canopy cloth inside, and then you're going to take your skirt, give that a little roll too. You can also place that inside. And just zip this up. And yeah. So take your instruction manual in case you may need this. Place it inside. And that's your complete setup. Don't forget, you still have the cloth, your table, and yep, that's it.